Boswell Media Sports.
And welcome in, Whippet fans, to another edition of Kosciusko Whippets Baseball from Boswell Media Sports. Brent Riley coming to you from North Mississippi tonight. We are in Mooreville for game number 3 of the 4A North State Championship Series. Something's got to give. Someone's going to Trustmark Park to play for a state title. Someone's season is going to come to an end. Well, we appreciate you for joining us here in the Premier Medical Pregame Show. We got Donald back in the studio, keeping us on the air there in Kosciusko on Golf Course Road. And we're ready for an exciting matchup, a number of ways for you to follow the action, of course, on your radio dial, Breezy 103.7 right there in central Mississippi. Also, if you are, traveling in your vehicle, you have the Breezy 103 app. Download that for your smartphone. And also, maybe you're still at work. Maybe you're in some kind of office setting where you need to use a laptop. But we also have the Listen Live feed at breezynews.com. Got the live video for you tonight as well on the Breezy 103 FM YouTube channel. So a number of ways to tune in. If you're driving, obviously don't be watching YouTube. Just listen to us. And then when you get to a stopping point somewhere that it's safe to do so, throw us on YouTube. But those online audio and video streams are brought to you by Frank's Chevrolet. So we got a fun one tonight with Mooreville getting the win up here on Friday. That was an 8-2 win for the Troopers. And then Kosciusko with a big statement win on Saturday, 17-4. So this is the second time that both squads have gone to a Game 3. Of course, if you've been following the Whippets, you know that the North Pontotoc Vikings took the Whippets to 3 games in the series right before this one. But for Mooreville, Corinth also pushed them to a 3-game series in the series right before North State. So some familiar territory for both ball clubs. But you get down to a Game 3 in a 4A setting, and you start wondering how many arms do you have left, how many guys can go. You start thinking about Johnny Holstaff and piecing together a pitching staff. But Kosciusko and Mooreville both with some guys left over, some guys in the tank that they can throw. And, hey, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll tell you about that, give you the starting lineups brought to you by Holmes Community College. The lineup looks very similar for Kosciusko with minimal differences. Brooks Kewen will lead things off. The junior will play left field. It is junior Reese Atkinson who will bat second, and he'll be your designated hitter. Aiden Howard still bats third, but he moves from first base over to third base tonight. Carson Filial will bat in the number 4 spot, and he will go to the mound. He's got the bump. Behind the plate is the junior Jackson Schuler. He'll bat 5th. The sophomore Brendan Truss bats 6th, and he plays shortstop. The bottom third of the order goes Bradley Goss out in center field. Senior Braxton Smith, he'll bat 8th. He moves over to first base, and you have Braden Rigby, the junior, who will bat 9th, and he'll play second base. Out in right field, not in the batting order, will be the senior J.T. Heron. So it goes Kewen, Atkinson, Howard, Filial, Schuler, Truss, Goss, Smith, Rigby, and Heron. For the Mooreville Troopers, the home team, it's exactly the same lineup as on, should say exactly the same batting order as Game 2. Major Floyd will lead things off. He plays center field. Eli McDaniels, the younger of the 2 McDaniels brothers, he had caught the first 2 games. Today he goes over to the hot corner. He'll play third. His brother, Wyatt, the older, the junior, he will be behind the plate catching. Cooper Goff will be batting 4th, playing shortstop. It's Ethan Cates who bats 5th. He'll play first base. Dawson McMillan, Game 2's starting pitcher, will be in left field. And it's Carson Hicks who will get the start tonight for the Troopers on the mound. He'll bat 7th. Parker Smith, he'll be the designated hitter. He'll bat 8th. Carter Barefoot bats 9th. He plays second base. And Jet Hussey out in right field, but not in the batting order. So it goes Floyd, Eli McDaniels, Wyatt McDaniels, Goff, Cates, McMillan, Hicks, Smith, Barefoot, and Hussey. The Troopers coached by Derek Thompson. The Whippets coached by Cole McBride. Those are your starting lineups brought to you by Holmes Community College. We will go ahead and step aside for our national anthem timeout. When we come back, we'll have baseball, North Half Championship baseball for you from Mooreville.
Parents and students are just shocked when they find out with a 20 on your ACT, you could go to Home CC for free. Do you have a 20 on your ACT?
Why, yes. Wait. Hold on a sec. You're right. I am shocked. You're saying my tuition could be free?
Yes, and your household income does not matter.
Why in the world would Holmes Community College offer free tuition with a 20 on the ACT?
See, we don't want you drowning in college debt when you graduate. In fact, all of us here at Holmes are so committed to our students' success, we've kept our tuition lower than every other state community college. And even though parents and students are shocked by it and have a hard time believing it, just remember, your tuition could be free with a 20 on your ACT at Holmes CC.
Sounds to me like there's no place like Holmes.
That's Holmes Community College.
Pawpaw, where are you at?
Miles, I'm fixing to go flying.
Wait a minute, Pawpaw. I can't go fishing, but you can go flying?
I guess you're right, Miles. If you can't go fishing, I can't go flying. We've got to get to selling some cars. And with rebates and discounts, never been better than today at Frank's Chevrolet GMC here in Kosciusko.
Shop us online at frankchevy.com.
Or come see us on Highway 35 North. Tell them Miles sent you. All right, Miles, you can go fishing now.
Pawpaw, I got one and it's huge.
Frank Chevrolet GMC, Highway 35 North in Kosciusko.
Chevrolet.
Sunstar Insurance walks with you through life's twists and turns, offering tailored coverage for every chapter. Our devoted team makes sure you have the choices and support you deserve, turning uncertainty into peace of mind. Whether you're securing a home, a car, or your future, we put reliability and care at the heart of every policy. With Sunstar Insurance, you're backed by a partner committed to protecting what matters.
I'm Robbie Robertson.
I'm Bradley Tyler.
Sunstar Insurance, Court Square in Kosciusko.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Your good health is our priority.
When it comes to your children, you always want the best in care. Pediatricians Dr. Abby Wiltshire and Dr. Helen Turner at Premier Medical Group will take care of your child and listen to you. For sickness, wellness, or vaccinations, call 662-289-1800 for an appointment.
Boswell Media Sports.
And welcome back in to Kosciusko Whippets baseball here from Boswell Media Sports. That's a wrap on the Premier Medical pregame show as we're ready for baseball. Once again, Alan Jackson singing the national anthem here at the ballpark. Not actually himself, but a nice recording of Alan Jackson singing the national anthem. We had wondered if they would go with something else. Donald back in the studio said maybe suggested a Chris Stapleton, but it seems like they like Alan Jackson, which, I mean, who doesn't like Alan Jackson? But on the mound for the Mooreville Troopers will be the sophomore. It's going to be Carson Hicks. You know, he's the one we thought that he would start game two. He's been their game two guy all season long. Like in the postseason, game two, Wyatt McDaniels gets to start, and then Carson Hicks. But Coach Thompson saying, you know, go on a little differently. You know, a little gamesmanship maybe, throwing Dawson McMillan in the game on Saturday there at Kosciusko. So now he has sort of an ace here left up his sleeve, so to speak. But on the season, Carson Hicks, 54 and 2/3 innings pitched. He has given up just 24 earned runs, walked 25, struck out 46. He has faced 248 batters. Fastball can sit a little bit at the low 80s. He'll also hit you with a curveball and a changeup. And just watching him take some warm-up tosses, he's going to remind you a little bit more of Rowdy Roan in his delivery because it's not over the top and maybe not quite a sidearm. So it's definitely a different look for these Whippet batters. But first innings for Whippets baseball brought to you by Pickles Drug Store. Stepping in to lead things off will be the left-hander, Brooks Kewen. As we await the pitch from Hicks. It comes right down the middle for a strike. So our Central Electric Power Association first pitch comes right at 7:30 p.m., and it's an 0-1 count to Brooks Kiewit. That fastball came inside for ball one. So that's a 1-1 count to the batter. Kiewit lines one up the middle for a base hit. Whippets lead things off with a single right over the glove. A little bouncer over Hicks's hand. And the Whippets have a base runner. It will be the junior Reese Atkinson, the Southern Miss commit, at the plate. Tell you what Atkinson's done on the season, or I should say in the series. We're going to take a look at what everybody's done in the series. As there's a pitch that stays outside for ball one. Atkinson's gone 1 for 5 with 1 RBI and 5 runs scored, though, because he's reached a couple of times on walks and been hit by pitches and hit by balls that bounce off of the glove and the base, and he's just taking a beating. But scoring 5 runs, more than anybody else here in this series. And he takes another one outside for ball 3. So 3-0 goes the count to the Whippets' number 2 hitter. We're just underway here in the top of the first inning from Mooreville. Got a ball 4 chant coming from that Whippet dugout off to our right. Right down the middle for a strike. He had to think that he was going to be taken all the way right there on that 3-0 pitch. But a right-hander. Hicks checks the runner at first. Now he throws to the plate, and Atkinson tattoos this one. It's going back, and he'll just watch it go over the wall, as that's a 2-run bomb for Reese Atkinson. And the Whippets get on the board. Over one of the deepest parts of the ballpark, as it goes about 350 out in center field, 335 in left center. This one went closer to center than it did to left center, but it was out of here over the S out in that state champs sign out there. But 2-0 Kosciusko, and still no outs in the inning as Aiden Howard steps up and takes strike 1. That pitch outside for a ball, 1-1 count. There's a little slow roller to second base. Barefoot's going to have to hurry. Underhand toss. Gets it in time over to Cates for the first out. But Howard gets down the line pretty quickly. Makes it a closer play than maybe Barefoot thought it would be. 1 out in the inning now. And the Whippets pitcher, Carson Filial, will be up at the plate. Filial in the postseason, or in this series, 1 for 6, but he does have 3 runs driven in. He had, I think those were all in game 2. As a changeup comes in there for a strike. 0-1 count. Kosciusko with a 2-0 lead. Sort of an excuse me swing right there, but pops it foul over the first base, up the first base line, I should say. So that would be an 0-2 count to the batter, Filial. Swinging strike 3. Got him on a breaking ball. And that's 2 down in the inning now. It'll bring up the Whippets catcher, Jackson Schuler. Schuler 2 for 6 with an RBI and 1 run scored. Takes a fastball for a called strike. I'll tell you, Hicks likes to move quickly. That one stays outside off the plate. Yeah, you never know. Some pitchers, they might take a lot of time, but once he toes the rubber, he's ready to go. That pitch must have been a little bit low. Some of the green and white faithful here didn't think so. There's the 2-1 to Schuler. He pops it up in foul territory. Cates is going to give chase, and he'll make a great catch right along the fence for out number 3. So that retires the Whippets, but they're able to get 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. Whippets take a 2-0 lead with them.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
Boswell Media Sports.
We go to the bottom of the first inning. Kosciusko with a 2-0 lead over the Troopers of Mooreville. Carson Filio, he'll be on the mound tonight for the Whippets. The senior signed with Holmes Community College on the season, 26 and a thirds innings pitched. He's given up 20 runs, 13 earned runs. He has walked 18, struck out 33. Got an earned run average of 3.45, and batters hitting just 192 against the right-hander. For the Troopers, 1, 2, and 3, it'll be Floyd, and then the 2 McDaniels brothers, Eli, the younger, and then Mr. Baseball, Wyatt McDaniels. Kosciusko with the maroon tops this evening, and they have the gray. What do you call that? Gray pants with some pinstripes. Kazi written in gray across the chest. They have the gray numerals. They have the maroon caps with the white K on them. It's all white for the Troopers of Mooreville. White tops, white pants, green numerals. And they have Mooreville written in green across the chest. And they have the green pinstripes. So Major Floyd, the catcher, going to step up to lead things off for this Mooreville squad. This pitch is low and inside for ball 1. Major Floyd hitless, 0 for 6 in the series, but he has scored a couple of runs. He's reached on errors and walks. Phil Young winds and throws. Stays a little up and out. Ball 2. First innings for Whippets baseball, brought to you by Pickles Drugstore. And that one comes, I thought, right down the middle, but umpires seem to not agree with me. That's a 3-0 count. And that's called ball 4 as well, so that's a 4-pitch walk. And those last two, I'm not quite sure where they needed to be. And Coach McBride or somebody in the Whippets dugout thought like I did. Those last two looked awfully good. So Eli McDaniels, the catcher, will be at the plate. He's had the best series. That's up for ball 1. McDaniels 3 for 5 with a couple of runs scored. Braxton Smith going to walk out and talk to his pitcher there. But McDaniel's playing third base today. As he has caught the first 2 games, but I understand it's like a Greg Maddux, Eddie Perez situation. Carson Hicks likes it when Wyatt McDaniels catches. One of those kind of things. When pitchers have their preferred catcher. Pitch outside for ball 2. Oh, no. They call that a strike? No, they did call that one a strike. Okay. Umpire didn't have a great signal. There's a throw over. Kosciusko leads it 2-0. In the bottom of the first inning. Ball's hit past the glove of Smith at first base. It's going to roll down into the corner. Major Floyd on his way home. Here comes the throw. It's not in time in front of the plate. And Eli McDaniels cuts the lead in half with a double, an RBI double. Boy. Credit J.T. Herron. He threw that one all. There was no relay. J.T. Herron just hummed that one home. So that'll make it 2-1. Still nobody out. And the older of the McDaniels, Mr. Baseball, will come to the plate. Tying run out at second base. Wyatt McDaniels 1 for 4 with an RBI in the series. Upstairs for ball 1. McDaniels, I believe he went 0 for 3 in the game 2. There's a swinging strike 1. Take back and look. Went 0 for 2 in game 2. He struck out, popped out, and he was hit by a pitch. But this looks the runner back at second. Swinging strike 2. Good stuff there from Carson Filial. Cooper Golf, the shortstop, on deck. As Filial kicks and throws. Low, ball 2 to make the count even. Got an exciting one so far. 3 runs scored in the first inning. Ball be popped up in the right field. J.T. Herron going to camp out under it and throw it back in. So Eli McDaniels has to stay out at second base. So there'll be 1 out in the inning. And Cooper Golf, the shortstop. Golf 2 for 6 with a couple of runs driven in and 1 run scored. Had a big hit. Had a double in game 1. Got one down in the corner, down the third base line. He also came in and pitched that final batter as Wyatt McDaniels in game 1 went 120 pitches, and then Golf came in and got 1 out and got the win for Mooreville. And he hits a line shot into left field. It's out in front of Kewen. As that one, Kewen not able to get to it. So runners at the corners and only 1 out. Yeah, I thought that maybe Kewen was going to be able to get to that, but he was playing a little bit too far back. So that'll be a single. Runners at first and third. Ethan Cates, the big first baseman, batting .500 in the series. 3 for 6, 4 runs driven in. So he's probably who you want at the plate if you're Mooreville, if you're a trooper. First pitch swinging, he pops it foul. The old Farm Bureau foul ball, going to get out of play. Down the first baseline. Might have might have made it over into the football field, as we told you about during the game one up here. The football field backs right up to the first base bleachers. As a ball will be hit into air to right field, J.T. Herron will get to it, but it should be deep enough to score the run, and it will. So we got a tie ball game on a sac fly. 2 outs now, and it's 2-2. Is Dawson McMillan, the left fielder. Comes to the plate. McMillan drew the start in game 2. McMillan searching for his first hit in the series, 0 for 5. He has scored a run. Reached on a walk. Quick throw over to first. Cates is back. So we're knotted up at 2 apiece. And Mooreville still in their half of this first inning. Swinging strike one. Sun going down out in right field. Another 7:30 start time this evening because of that western sun. The home plate and the catcher looking right into it. So that's for the reason for the later starts, as that pitch up and in for ball 1. It was cloudy. I talked to the coaching staff up here before the game. I was saying it was cloudy in Kosciusko for most of the day. And so I said, I was thinking maybe we wouldn't have to deal with the sun. And they said it's exactly the same up here. As Phil Y'all throws the 1-1 right down the middle for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, he said the same thing. It was cloudy up here till right about 5:30 or 6 o'clock. Then the sun decided to come out. But it's settling in nicely in the western sky. There's a throw over to first. Close play. But Cates back under the tag of Braxton Smith. 2-2 here in the home half of the first inning. 1-2 pitch. It's a called strike 3, and that gets the Whippets out of the inning. But for the Troopers, they're able to tie it up. They get 2 runs on 2 hits. There was no errors and 1 man left on base. Knotted up at 2 apiece as we go to the top of the second inning.
In every sport, the goal is to be the very best. The same is true for Alpha Insurance. We strive hard to make every policy, quote, and claim a highlight. Our goal is to be your MVP. That's your most valuable protection on auto, home, commercial, and life insurance needs. The championship service from your Alpha lineup is consistently improving to score you the lowest rates and best discounts available. Call us today at 662-289-1024 or stop by our office at 235 North Madison Street in Kosciusko and visit our team of Jennifer Bruce, Diane Edwards, or myself, Chris Coleman, and allow us the opportunity to take the insurance playing field with you. We want you on our team at Alpha, the Chris Coleman Agency in Kosciusko.
Boswell Media Sports.
Top of the second inning, and it's deuces wild here. 2-2. Mooreville and Kosciusko here in this game 3 of the North State Championship Series. Winner of this one going to move on to face Poplarville. Poplarville swept through the South. Had no problems with West Lauderdale in that series. Ty Keys getting a 2-hit shutout in game 1. And then big 9-1 victory for the Hornets in game 2. So someone's going to meet the Hornets at Trustmark Park. But Carson Hicks on the mound for the Mooreville Troopers. He will face 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order. And to lead things off, possibly the hottest hitter for the Whippets. There's no possibly. It is the hottest hitter for the Whippets here in this series. 5 for 7 with 3 runs driven in, 2 runs scored. Brendan Truss, hotter than gas station coffee, as he gets ready to lead things off. It'll be Truss, Goss, and Smith. he takes a strike. Strike one to the Whippets sophomore shortstop. Pulls that one past the diving McDaniels at third base. Truss continues his hot streak. Whippets get a leadoff single. Second hit of the ball game for the third hit of the ball game for the Whippets as Bradley Goss, the center fielder, will trot to the plate, the left-hander. Still searching for his first hit here in the postseason, or in this series. Low, ball one. Goss reached base a couple of times in game two. He walked and he was hit by a pitch. A game where the Whippets put up 17 runs. And speaking of getting hit by a pitch, he takes another one. Low off the thigh there, and Whippets will have two base runners. One at first and one at second for the senior, Braxton Smith. He's played a little bit of everywhere in this series. He was at second base, and then he pitched game two. Now he's at first base. Going to be playing his college ball down in Meridian. He'll be an Eagle. He might be asked to bunt right here with runners at first and second. Whippets were very successful bunting in game two. But they had 3 or 4 bunts that, I know they got 3 that were first singles. And he does show bunt, tries to put it down, and they say he took a stab at it. You know, they appeal down to first base. I didn't think it was questionable. I thought it was obvious that he tried to bunt that one. But you could see that the trooper infield was expecting it, got into their motion offense there, or excuse me, motion defense, and we're ready for it. But yeah, Smith tried to lay down the bunt. Man, still one strike. He might attempt to do it again here. They're going to throw back to second base, but Truss back in plenty of time. Second innings for Whippets baseball brought to you by Chris Coleman of Alpha Insurance. We're knotted up at 2 apiece. In the top of the second inning, Whippets got their 2 on a Reese Atkinson 2-run home run. Hicks signals he has what he wants. And Smith pulls the bat back and takes a strike. It's an 0-2 count. You doubt the bunt would still be on right here. But you never know. Whippets have an out to no outs in the inning. Coach Mack might be thinking about gambling. Outside, ball one, but Smith did not show any signs that he wanted to bunt. Some teams have already punched their ticket to the state championship. We told you that Poplarville in 4A has already punched its ticket. As Hicks gets ready to throw another one to Smith. Swinging strike 3. Second strikeout of the ball game for Hicks. And there's one out in the inning for the Whippets' Braden Rigby, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Off the top of my head, other schools that have already punched the ticket. Pontotoc, they're going to represent the 5A North. East Webster representing 2A North. And Boonville representing 3A North. So a lot of the South teams hadn't got in yet because they had some rain across Friday and Saturday as Rigby takes ball one. You can see there the motion defense of Mooreville thinking that Whippets might do with the sacrifice here because Rigby had 2 or 3 bunt hits in the ball game on Saturday. Some of those he was trying to sacrifice, but he just outran the throw. He takes another one low for ball 2. So let's see, he was 2 for 3, and then the one he didn't leg out, everyone pretty much universally agrees he was safe. It's just a poor call out at first base, but it's a 2-0 pitch. That one finally comes down the middle as Hicks took a little bit off of that one. But coming into the series, Hicks had the most innings pitched. He edged out Wyatt McDaniels by, I think it was about 1 inning or even 2/3 of an inning or something like that. But, yeah, he was the one that had got the most innings. But low outside, 3-1. But, yeah, Coach Thompson saving him for this game 3 here. Tall right-hander. As we mentioned, maybe not quite what you would call a sidearm, but definitely not over the top all the time either. Low ball 4, and the Whippets will have them loaded for the top of the order. Brooks Kewen at the plate. Kewen had a single and came around to score, and that 2-run Reese Atkinson home run. That's the first walk issued by Hicks. And we will get a visit to the mound. That's not going to be Coach Thompson. That is the pitching coach. I believe that's Adam Hood out there. That's going to be speaking with Carson Hicks to reset things 2-2 here in the top of the second inning. The Whippets have the bases loaded in the top of the order at the plate. So, yeah, Carson Hicks, just a sophomore. We told you about this Mooreville team being pretty young, only 2 seniors in the lineup. Even Mr. Baseball is a junior. Second year in a row that Mooreville's had Mr. Baseball. Last year they had Brody Thompson, coach's son. But last year it was 3A. They made the jump up from 3A to 4A. They played for the 3A championship last year, lost it in 2 games to Seminary. It's the 4th year in a row they've made it here to the North State Championship Series. A very proud tradition here up in Mooreville. As Kewen pops one up foul, it's going to get out of play over the third base dugout. That's the old Farm Bureau foul ball. Yeah, this Mooreville program has 9 state championships. They're all right out there on the wall in center field. Kewen lines one back to Hicks. He'll go to second for 1. The relay to first is going to be in time. It is a 1-6-3 double play, and the Troopers get out of the inning. For the Whippets, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll be back in 60 seconds with more Whippets baseball here from Boswell Media Sports.
Be prepared for life's uncertainties with the correct insurance coverage from the Atala County Farm Bureau. Let's talk about change. Sometimes change is good. Sometimes change is scary. But what is certain is that everyone will experience change. The Atala County Farm Bureau's review program is designed to identify the changes that need to be made in your insurance coverage. Wayne Blaylock and James Metters invite you to stop by for your Farm Bureau Get Real review. Let them help you be prepared for change. Atala County Farm Bureau on the north side of the square in Kosciusko.
At Pickles Drug Store, your pharmacist does more than fill prescriptions. They're your guide to better health. We help you understand your medications, ensure your insurance is handled smoothly, and answer all your questions with care. Because at Pickles, you're not just a customer, you're part of our community.
Hi, I'm Rob Pickle. My staff and I are here to serve you.
Visit us today on the east side of the square in Kosciusko. Pickles Drug Store, your community Health Mart pharmacy, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Boswell Media Sports.
It's the bottom of the second inning, and Mooreville and Kosciusko tied at 2 apiece. We're here at Rex Berryman Stadium as the Troopers come to bat. They'll send the bottom third of the order. Carson Hicks, Parker Smith, and Carter Barefoot to the plate. So the pitcher going to lead things off. He'll face off against Carson Filyaw. Rex Berryman Stadium, named after the longtime coach. Rex Berryman, King Rex is what they call him. He's the one that started the program. Was here for 8 of those 9 state championships I was telling you about. In fact, this is the 50-year anniversary of their first ever state championship, 1976. As Hicks tries to lay a bunt down, the lefty cannot connect. So strike one from Carson Filial for the Whippets. Setting the defense for you. Told you Filial on the mound. Schuler is behind the plate as Carson throws his second one and tries to bunt that one, but that time they say he pulled it back, did Hicks. You got Smith at first base, Rigby at second. It's Truss at shortstop. Howard's at third base, left to right in the outfield. Hewen, Goss, and Heron. That ball is bunted foul off of home plate. So strike 2 to Hicks. Take a look at what Hicks has done here in the series. 1 for 3. 1 run driven in. He started at third base in game 1. Played left field and right field in game 2. 1-2 pitch is a fastball up. Ball 2. Yeah, he started left field, and then when McMillan came out of the game from pitching, McMillan went to left field, and Hicks went to right field. On the season, he's a .206 batter. That'll be a called strike 3. Caught him on the outside corner. Dickerson Petroleum strikeout number 2 for Carson Filial. Designated hitter Parker Smith will come up. Parker Smith, 1 for 2. Did not play in the game on Friday. They did not use a designated hitter. Got the start in game 2 as he fouls that one off. Farm Bureau foul ball for strike 1. In game 2, Smith singled and struck out. Fastball outside corner called strike 2. Give you Smith's numbers for the season. Bats at .211. As Filial shakes off a side into his windup and delivers. Swinging. Strike 3. 3 strikeouts in a row going back to the first inning for Carson Filial. Another Dickerson Petroleum strikeout. Dickerson Petroleum, let us fuel your journey. And now it's Carter Barefoot, the second baseman, will walk to the plate. He's searching for his first hit in the series. He's 0 for 4. First pitch swung on, fouled off over to the right. But yeah, down the first base line is where the Whippet fans are. It's the traditional visitor dugout is first base, home is third base. But the goalposts for the south end of the end zone right there. There's a swing and strike 2. Got him to chase a high fastball. But yeah, someone was leaning on the goalpost. I think right now there seems to be some kids running around, playing right around the goalpost. But it is right there. I mean, you could watch the football game from the top row of the baseball bleachers. Swinging, strike 3. Carson Filial's fired up. He strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll head to the third inning. Kosciusko and Mooreville tied at 2.
When something happens to your car, you might say, "Oh, come on. Seriously? This is so extra." But what you could say is, "Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there." Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim. This is so extra. Get someone who can actually help.
Call State Farm agent Angel Alvin McDonald at 662-289-3161.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
Boswell Media Sports.
Top of the third inning from Mooreville. Kosciusko 2, the Troopers 2. Whippets will lead things off for the heart of the order, 2, 3, and 4. Reese Atkinson, Aiden Howard, and Carson Filial. Atkinson, he's responsible for the 2 the Whippets have. He had a 2-run home run, his first at bat. That time Hicks gets him to pop one up on the infield. Ethan Cates comes in and makes the catch down the first base line. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Cates here to start the third. Aiden Howard, the Whippets' third baseman, will be at the plate. Howard grounded out his only other at bat. That time he pokes one through the third base gap. Well, Whippets will have a base runner and a 1-out single for Aiden Howard. Goes opposite field. Now it's Carson Filial at the plate. Filial, a strikeout victim. His first at-bat. Third innings for Whippets baseball brought to you by Sunstar Insurance. So Filial could help his cause right here. Give himself some run support. Swinging strike 1. A good job there by Wyatt McDaniels. Able to keep that one in front of him as that curveball had a big cut towards the end, went into the dirt. But as I said, Mr. Baseball back there able to clean it up. So Hicks checks the runner, throws. That one's outside, ball 1. Both Carson and Aiden Howard going to be playing at Holmes Community College. Signed their letters of intent back in February. 1-1 count to the batter Filial as Hicks delivers. It's a swinging strike 2. It was another one of those breaking balls. Well, Filial, as we told you, coming into the series was 1 for 6, but had, in game 2, grounded out a lot, but brought home a lot of runs. As that one is low and outside, ball 2. Yeah, he had 3 runs driven in game 2, grounded into some fielder's choice, plays like that. Bringing home some runs. Hicks delivers the 2-2. It's a swinging strike 3. Tried to poke at it. That'll be 3 strikeouts in the ball game for Hicks. Brings up the Whippets catcher, Jackson Schuler. Schuler popped out to end the first inning. It was a great play by Cates. He ran over almost to the goalpost that I was talking about. I mean, he jumped right up against the first base fence and caught the ball. That ball does pop away from Wyatt McDaniels, and it'll allow Aiden Howard to get over to second base as that one was low. So ball 1 to the Whippets catcher, Jackson Schuler. Boy, capacity crowd here, just like it was on Friday. You got the student section just outside my window off to the left. Got some cowbells ringing. It's the 1-0 pitch. And a slider there, what it looked like to me. Swinging strike 1. Be a standing room only down the left field line. Kosciusko got some standing room only down the right field line. Well, yeah, obviously a big game. Even a 2-hour trip on a Monday, not too much for the Whippets faithful. Pitch in the dirt for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Kosciusko Mooreville tied up at 2 here in the top of the 3rd inning. Game number 3 of this 4A North State Championship Series. As Hicks takes a while to get a sign from Wyatt McDaniels. And that's going to get Schuler to call time. So, steps back in the box, and Hicks, now he and McDaniels on the same page. He throws low inside, ball 3. 3-1. As Hicks, once again, taking a while to get the signal from his catcher. And he sends one to the plate. That hits Schuler on the back of the leg. So he'll take first base, no doubt get a courtesy runner. Whippets will have runners at first and second. Kenyon Weatherby will indeed come in to run for Jackson Schuler. And you'll get Brendan Truss at the plate. Truss 1 for 1. He had a single to lead off the 2nd inning. He can try to find something through the infield. Help the Whippets out here. A little bit of a delay as the umpire has to make the notation of the courtesy runner. The infield's playing back right here. They're thinking any bag in the infield gets you an out. So Hicks comes set at the waist and throws. That ball is popped up. Eli McDaniel's going to give chase down the third base line, and they'll run out of real estate. Oh, Farm Bureau foul ball for strike 1. Yeah, I see pool noodles off to my left. Obviously, we hear the cowbells, but I see pool noodles. I see some green hair, face paint, stand on top of the dugout. Man, they're excited up here. Student section coming alive. Off to my left as Hicks throws. Truss foul, tips one back. So Hicks ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners at first and second. Whippets had the bases loaded in the on the top of the 2nd inning, but grounded into a double play. Good defense by Mooreville. Hicks fielded a chopper and threw it to Golf and was able to complete the double play. So Whippets have left a few stranded. Here's the 0-2. That's a little slow roller, but Hicks will play it off a bounce. He'll zip it over to first base, and the side will be retired. For the Whippets, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left on the base paths. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, tied at 2 between Kosciusko and Mooreville.
Parents and students are just shocked when they find out with a 20 on your ACT, you could go to Home CC for free. Do you have a 20 on your ACT?
Why, yes. Wait. Hold on a sec. You're right. I am shocked. You're saying my tuition could be free?
Yes, and your household income does not matter.
Why in the world would Holmes Community College offer free tuition with a 20 on the ACT?
See, we don't want you drowning in college debt when you graduate. In fact, all of us here at Holmes are so committed to our students' success, we've kept our tuition lower than every other state community college. And even though parents and students are shocked by it and have a hard time believing it, just remember, your tuition could be free with a 20 on your ACT at Holmes CC.
Sounds to me like there's no place like Holmes.
That's Holmes Community College.
Boswell Media Sports.
Back here in Mooreville, Kosciusko tied at 2 with the Troopers. Game 3 of the 4A State Championship, North State Championship Series. Breck Riley here from Rex Berryman Field. Excuse me, Rex Berryman Stadium. It's Bud Talley Field. I understand Bud Talley was a longtime supporter of the program, a school board member, and I think his kids, one of his sons maybe was a basketball coach here. But top of the order will come to the plate for the Mooreville Troopers, 1, 2, and 3. That would be Major Floyd and then the brothers McDaniels, Eli and then Wyatt. And I commented on it the other night about Major Floyd going with the Glenn Campbell walkout song. You don't hear Glenn Campbell too often as a baseball walkout song, but I'm here for it. Little Southern Nights. Floyd walked and came around to score in the first inning. Still doesn't have a hit in the series. Phil Yaw steps off the rubber there. Now he's ready to go. Comes back. Third innings for Whippets Baseball, brought to you by Sunstar Insurance. Ball is chopped to third base. Off of Howard, will roll into the dugout. That was going to be a hard play to make either way. And even if he gets to it, I'm not 100% sure he's going to be able to throw out the runner. Most likely rule it an error. But we would wait and see. Yep, they will indeed rule that an E5. But yeah, took a funky hop right at the end, bounced off of his chest and rolled up into foul territory. So as I said, it was still going to be hard for him to make that throw across the diamond. But it will be a runner at first base, and Eli McDaniels at the plate. McDaniels had a double and came around to score and drove in a run. This is the freshman, the younger brother, playing at third base tonight. And Phil Yaw stays up and out for ball one. So Eli, the left-hander, bats left but throws right. A throw over. Floyd slides back in. On a 1-0 count. Eli does not look like a freshman. Just build and the way he plays and everything as he steps off the rubber. But as we mentioned, his dad did play baseball at Ole Miss. Rusty McDaniels back in the early 2000s. 1-0 pitch. Swinging strike one. A little off speed there from Phil Young. Floated one in for a strike. And yes, I did find out that the younger brother is doing very well in junior high or in his travel team. He's a fifth grader. Johnny, I think is his name. Swinging strike two. Chased a high one. I had mentioned in the broadcast on Saturday as we were up here on Friday night up here taking down. Someone came to the press box and told us that there was another McDaniels brother as the ball goes to first base and gets away from Smith, but Floyd's not able to advance. And I asked how young he was, and they said fifth grade. And I said, well, he probably the way his older brothers play at fifth grade, he's probably good enough to play for the high school team. But I understand that he's doing very well in his league where he is playing. So Mooreville fans will see him soon. That ball stays up for ball two. 2-2 count. 2-2 count, 2-2 game. Bottom of the third inning. Mooreville, a runner at first base, nobody out, and the talented Eli McDaniels at the plate. Came in batting at over 400. 2-2. And gets just a piece of it, enough to foul it back into the screen. So count will remain 2 balls, 2 strikes. Welcome in any Mooreville fans that might be watching video feed or listening in, we know what link you got sent out on some of the socials, or maybe just through a Baseball Mom group text, but we had a number of Mooreville folks tuning in. Another 2-2. That's going to be just a little bit inside. Whippet fans thought that it was strike 3. It was a curveball. And I think Phil Y'all still a little frustrated there. I thought it was indeed inside. I mean, it wasn't a bad pitch by any means, but I did think it was maybe a little inside. But there's another throw over. That's close, but Smith can't hold on to the ball on the tag. We're going to have time. It's got some webbing issue for Smith at first base. Yeah, some kind of webbing issue. And Coach Mack is going to walk out there and talk to his, I don't know if he has to get a new glove or they maybe working on it or something up the first base line, but reset it. It's a full count to Eli McDaniels. 2-2 in the bottom of the third inning. Runner at first base is Major Floyd. Looks like Smith is going to be all right over there. As I said, it was something with the webbing there in the palm of the glove. They've got it fixed because he did not get a new glove. But Phil Y'all will come set. Payoff pitch on the way. 3-2. Swinging strike 3. Big strikeout there for Phil Y'all. That's the 5th Dickerson Petroleum strikeout of the ball game for Phil Y'all. It brings up Wyatt McDaniels, the catcher, Mr. Baseball. He popped out to center field his last at bat. Excuse me, popped out to right field his last at bat. That first pitch runs low and outside. Ball 1. Kosciusko, 2 runs on 4 hits. There's another throw over to first on a close play. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Kosciusko. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Troopers. That's through 2 1/3. And that pitch must have been a little bit upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. It was a fastball. I thought that one looked good. But Phil Y'all throws to the plate. It's blocked up nicely. It was in the dirt, but Schuler able to keep it in front of him. Whippets would love a double play ball. You got Ethan Cates on deck, and he has had a hot hand. No, excuse me, Cooper Golf on deck, and then they're going to have Cates. And that time, Phil Y'all is able to come right down the middle. McDaniels takes the strike. The 3-0 count. Shakes off the first sign, does Phil Y'all. Shakes off another one. So there's going to be a throw over. Another tag applied, but Floyd's in under the tag. Kosciusko got that Game 2 win in just 5 innings. Had a mercy rule there. Braxton Smith went most of the game, and then Russ Tillman came in. I think he threw 4 or 5 pitches and got at the end of the game. I think it was 4. Another quick throw over. But as far as pitching goes for Kosciusko, still got a number of arms you could go to. You got Aiden Howard. Tillman can still throw some. You got Rigby out at second base, can throw some. 3-1. That's called a strike on the outside corner. The Mooreville fans don't like the call. I might have to agree with them. I felt that one was a little bit low, but as it is, it's a full count. Whippets will take the strike. Phil Y'all trying to get back-to-back strikeouts. Here's the 3-2. Comes up and hits him in the shoulder, though. Oh, so have a runner at first and second. And Cooper Golf at the plate. Now we have some sort of meeting at home, or did the umpire take a brunt of that one? So I don't know what we're discussing here. So, yeah, not sure. I said if the home plate umpire maybe had a ball carry him off of him or not. Yeah. Still not 100% sure what we were discussing there. But I mean, Schuler and the home plate umpire talking it out. But Cooper Golf will come to the plate. Runners at first and second, and Golf has a single. First pitch low, ball one. Golf. We were talking about pitchers for Kosciusko. Golf is someone that could come back in for Mooreville if needed. He only threw one batter in game one. He came in and got the final out of the ball game after Wyatt McDaniels went 120 pitches. Another ball low in the zone that's blocked up nicely by Schuler. So if Hicks gets into trouble, you got Golf, and a lot of the guys they threw on Saturday night didn't throw too much. So you still some of those other arms that the Troopers threw still probably could come back in and give you an inning or two if needed. Fastball up, ball three. 3-0 count to Golf. Don't imagine he'd be swinging, but, you know, with the one out in the inning, and runners at first and second, Phil Y'all will look the runner back at second. Wouldn't be surprised if you gave a green light right here, but the way Phil Y'all's maybe been having trouble locating, you might just go ahead and say take the 3-0 pitch, traditional pitch there you take. Here's the pitch, and that is ball four. I thought that one looked good. I didn't think it missed by much. But I don't get a visit to the mound from pitching coach Wesley Dew. The bases will be loaded for Ethan Cates. Cates 3 for 6 in the series. Earlier in the game, he sac fly out to right field, and brought home the second run, the game-tying run. So, yeah, he's got 5 runs driven in here in this series. 2-2, Kosciusko Mooreville, bottom of the third inning. Bases full of Troopers. If you're wondering what a trooper is, it's like a horse-mounted cowboy type thing. As I understand, the local legend goes that Mooreville used to go by the Mustang mascot name. But Mantachie right down the road also goes by the Mustang name. And at some point, they decided that they were going to put that up on the field. And whoever wanted it in a football game got to keep the Mustang name. Well, Mantachie is still the Mustangs. So I'm guessing they won the game on the field. But that's the local legend around these parts. That's why Mooreville had to go to the Troopers. Ethan Cates, the big first baseman, at the plate. The base is full of those Troopers. Swinging strike one. Cates has done that. He's been very aggressive at the plate. A lot of first pitch swings. But that walk there to golf was just Phil Yaw's second walk. Right before that, he obviously hit the batter, Wyatt McDaniels, but as far as free passes, just two of those. 0-1. Ball hit in the air to center field. Goss will get to it, but it's going to be deep enough that it'll bring the run home. So for the second time this evening, a sac fly from Ethan Cates will bring home a Trooper run, and it will give the Troopers a one-run lead, 3-2. As Dawson McMillan, the left fielder, will come up. We'll get a courtesy runner. Gonna get some speed out there. Ty Thompson gonna come in and run for Wyatt McDaniels. Thompson was big in that game one. He scored 3 runs in game one here on Friday, coming in these courtesy run, pinch run type roles. But I guess that's considered a courtesy runner because Wyatt McDaniels is the catcher. So, yeah, but he gets a big lead out at second base. 2 outs in the inning. McMillan looks at ball one. Low. McMillan still hunting for his first hit of this North State Championship Series. That stays up, ball 2. 2-0. The count. McMillan, right-handed batter. Came in batting it at .215. Throw back, close play out at second base, but Thompson slides in under the tag of Brendan Truss. McMillan's got some home run pop. He's got 1 on the season. But here's the 2-0. Inside, ball 3. Had to dance out of the way of that one. 3-0. A 3-0 count. So far, the Troopers have not shown that they've been given a green light on the 3-0. They've pretty much taken all of these. That one's right down the middle for a strike. Oh, I mentioned the pool noodles and the green hair. Someone also has the traffic cone. There's the traffic cone made popular. Well, it was Jake Mangum. Jake Mangum and the Pittsburgh Pirates with the traffic cone in the dugout. Somebody's got it on their head in the dugout. 3-1, swinging, strike 2. So 3-2, 2 outs. Runner's going to be moving right here on the pitch. Whippets need to get out of the inning. If McMillan's able to reach, it would be Hicks, the pitcher, to come to the plate. Here's the pitch. hit high in the air. Going out is Truss. He calls Kewen calls him off at the last second and will make the catch for the out. However, the Troopers are able to get 1 run on no hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. That's 3 complete innings. Kosciusko and Mooreville. The Troopers lead it 3-2.
Papa, where are you at?
Miles, I'm fixing to go flying.
Wait a minute, Papa. I can't go fishing, but you can go flying?
I guess you're right, Miles. If you can't go fishing, I can't go flying, we've got to get to selling some cars. And with rebates and discounts, never been better than today at Frank's Chevrolet GMC here in Kosciusko.
Shop us online at frankchevy.com.
Or come see us on Highway 35 North. Tell them Miles sent you. All right, Miles, you can go fishing now.
Papa, I got one and it's huge.
Frank Chevrolet GMC, Highway 35 North in Kosciusko.
Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Boswell Media Sports.
3-2, Mooreville leads it over Kosciusko as we get set for the top of the 4th inning. Bottom third of the order, 7, 8, and 9. Come to the plate for the Whippets. That'll be Bradley Goss, Braxton Smith, and Braden Rigby. 4th innings for Whippets baseball are brought to you by Sullivan's Drugs and Gifts. Carson Hicks still on the mound for the Mooreville Troopers, the sophomore, sitting at 48 pitches. Kosciusko's 2 runs came on a 2-run homer. Reese Atkinson in the top of the 1st inning. Goss was hit by a pitch. His only at-bat so far. Back in the 2nd inning. Goss, the left-handed hitting center fielder, just a junior. Hicks' first offering is low outside, ball 1. Pitch number 50 from Hicks is also low and outside with a changeup. Ball 2. 2 out of the 3 innings tonight, the Whippets have gotten the leadoff runner on. The fastball catches the outside corner, strike 1. That one's going to stay outside for ball 3. 3-1 the count. As Hicks already ready to go, comes down the middle for a strike. 3-2. Something's got to give. As Hicks kicks and throws. That's a called strike 3. Caught the outside corner, 4 strikeouts in the ball game now for Carson Hicks. Braxton Smith, Whippets first baseman senior, struck out his last at bat. He was asked to try to bunt. That time he was a slow roller to the right of the diamond. Barefoot gets it, runs, and underhand tosses it over to Cates for the out. 4-3, 2 outs in the inning. Braden Rigby, the number 9 hitter, will be at the plate. Rigby walked back in the 2nd inning. So, Whippets trying to get back to the top of the order. Fastball outside. Ball 1 to the Whippets junior. Rigby playing second base tonight. Another one that's low and outside, ball 2. As we mentioned, Rigby still available to maybe get some innings if the Whippets need to bring in someone in relief. Ball is hit to third base under the glove of a diving Eli McDaniels. That'll be a 2-out base hit for Braden Rigby. And it will take us back to the top of the order. Brooks Hewitt. Hewitt today singled and scored in the first, and then he grounded into the double play there in the second inning. Hewitt, the junior left fielder. Got to talk to his older brother Barrett the other night at the ball game. Played his first year at Holmes. Curveball comes in there for a strike. Leah Barrett and some former Whippets were there Saturday night cheering on the squad. Hicks swapped over to the stretch with the runner at first base. Now Rigby's got some speed. He's a threat to steal. Ball lined into right field, but right to Hussey, who comes in to make the catch. Whippets in the fourth. No runs, one hit. No errors, and there was one man left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Mooreville with a 3-2 lead.
Hi, this is Allison Schuler, CEO of Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala. You deserve care that's close to home and close to the heart. We offer swing bed services, rehabilitation, infusion therapy, and chemotherapy delivered with skill and compassion. Our emergency room is here when you need immediate care, and we provide outpatient laboratory, radiology, and respiratory services all under one roof. At Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala, you're not just a patient, you're our neighbor and our priority.
Sunstar Insurance walks with you through life's twists and turns, offering tailored coverage for every chapter. Our devoted team makes sure you have the choices and support you deserve, turning uncertainty into peace of mind. Whether you're securing a home, a car, or your future, we put reliability and care at the heart of every policy. With Sunstar Insurance, you're backed by a partner committed to protecting what matters.
I'm Robbie Robertson. I'm Bradley Tyler.
Sunstar Insurance, Court Square in Kosciusko.
Boswell Media Sports.
Bottom of the fourth inning. Mooreville with a one-run lead over your Kosciusko Whippets, 3-2. It will be bottom third of the order, 7, 8, and 9 for the Troopers. Carson Hicks, the pitcher, will lead things off. Then you get the Parker Smith, the designated hitter. Carter Barefoot, the second baseman. And if anybody gets on base, you'll see Major Floyd, the leadoff batter, come to the plate. Carson Hicks, the lefty, throws right but bats left. He tried to bunt. He led off in the second inning. And he tried to bunt his way on and ended up striking out. So wouldn't be surprised. See him try to lay down a bunt right here. So it seems like that's something that Coach Thompson is comfortable with. Maybe thinking that the sophomore can leg out the bunt single. Does not show it there, though, as Phil Yaw stays up and out for ball one. Fourth innings for Whippets baseball, brought to you by Sullivan's Drugs and Gifts. As Phil Yaw comes down the middle, or maybe a shade on that outside corner. But either way, it's a strike. 1-1. Phil Yaw looking over the top of his glove, shakes off a couple of signs. Now looks like he's ready to go with the 1-1. Swinging strike two. Well over the top of that one was Hicks. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the batter. Got Bradley Goss not playing quite straightaway center. You see him shaded over to the left a little bit. Swinging strike 3. Drop third strike. They're going to have to tag the runner. They do. That is strikeout number 6 for Carson Phil Yaw. It's the designated hitter, Parker Smith. He was also a strikeout victim. His first at bat. So he did not play in the game up here on Friday. Parker Smith came in batting it at 215, swinging strike one. That was just a fastball. But Smith did have a single in the game, too. Back there in Kosciusko, 17-4, 5-inning victory for the Whippets. Swinging strike two. Just some speed here from Carson Filio. Filio comes set, throws. And that time, Smith able to keep it alive. Farm Bureau foul ball. On Talent County Farm Bureau. Big props to Agent James Metters for paying for the first 50 students to get in Saturday night. There at the ballpark, got a good home crowd, good student representation there. James, a former Whippet baseball player himself. Here's the 0-2. Swinging strike three. And back-to-back strikeouts. That's 7 Dickerson Petroleum punch-outs for Carson Filio. 2 outs in the inning. It's Carter Barefoot. Barefoot was a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning. The second baseman. Whippets trying for a repeat as that ball is hit foul. Carson trying for a repeat of that 2nd inning. In the 2nd inning, he struck out the side. Hicks, Smith, and Barefoot. He's 2 strikes away from doing that again. So he delivers. Called strike 2. And quickly ahead in the count is the Whippet senior, the right-hander Carson Filio. Winds and throws. Swinging strike 3. He does it again. Strikes out the side. That's 8 in the ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. 4 innings in the books. Mooreville with a 3-2 lead over Kosciusko.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
Boswell Media Sports.
Top of the 5th inning. Mooreville with the 1-run lead over Kosciusko. It's 3-2. Whippets going to get something going right here with the meat of the order. 2, 3, and 4. Reese Atkinson, Aiden Howard, and Carson Filio. Atkinson has a 2-run home run. That's where the Whippets got those 2 from. 5th innings for Whippets baseball, presented by HelpHappensHere.com. A new service from Boswell Media. Whippets need some help as they got to find a way to tie this ball game. Atkinson looks at ball 1, low and inside. That time a curveball found its way to the zone for strike 1 to even things up. Ball's pulled down the third base line, but foul. So strike 2 to the batter. Yeah, Atkinson home run out there in left center field. Went over the S in the state champs sign out in center field. They have state champs and then have the years that they have them, 76, 78, 87, 92, 94, 2001, 2002, 2005, and 2017. I told you 9 of those. Swing and strike 3. Atkinson lost the bat on that one. Did that the other night, but that's a strikeout. The 5th for Carson Hicks. Aiden Howard comes up 1 for 2, singled in the 3rd inning. So Howard, the lefty, trying to get something going for the Whippets. Outside for ball 1. Howard, someone else that the Whippets can go to on the mound if they need to. Another pitch outside for ball 2. Hicks ready to go. That's way inside for ball 3. 3-0. We mentioned this earlier about Hicks. There's nobody on base, and he gets in that windup, when he toes the rubber, he is ready to go. Comes down the middle for a strike. It's a 3-1 count now. So yeah, Hicks gets the far right of that pitching rubber. Low, ball 4. Whippets will have a base runner. So that is just the 2nd walk from Hicks. He does have a hit batter, but other than that, just 2 walks. Carson Filial 0 for 2 at the plate. A couple of strikeouts. Need something here from Carson. Try to tie the game as he can help give himself some run support. And hit to third base. McDaniels will get it and go to second for 1. Relay. He's going to be bobbled at first base. And it rolls away. So go down as the fielder's choice. And Whippets are right back in the same boat. A runner at first base, except this time there's 2 outs. 5-4 on the putout. We will get a courtesy runner at first base. That's Russ Tillman. And Jackson Schuler, the Whippets catcher. Stepping in. He was hit by a pitch his last at bat and popped out into foul territory back in the 1st inning. Mooreville leads it 3-2. Top of the 5th inning. They'll have the top of the order coming to the plate when they get to their half of the frame. But Schuler steps in now, the right-hander. Takes ball 1. Well, low. Tillman in at first base, running for the pitcher. Got some speed. Whippets can be aggressive here if they need to. There's a curveball that's fouled back as Schuler waited on it, but just got under it a little bit. Fouled it back into the screen. Makes it a 1-1 count. So the winner of this one going on to take on Poplarville in the 4A state championship. 1-1 pitch. They're going to say low and outside, and he did not swing. Able to check the swing. Poplarville made it back to the state championship for the first time in 52 years. Hold on. It's been a while for the Hornets to make it there. There's a throw over to first base. Been about that long for Kosciusko, but Mooreville was just there last year. That was in the 3A championship. Lost that one to Seminary. Schuler takes one inside, ball 3. 3-1. If Schuler can keep the inning going, you'll have Brendan Truss at the plate. 3-1. And Tillman was running on the play. But the old hit and run there, and Schuler fouled it off. But Tillman will be running again right here. Got a full count with 2 outs. So he'll be moving. Big gap out in right center field. Boy, with Tillman's speed, if Schuler puts one to the wall out there, I bet he comes around to score. Here's the 3-2. That's a swinging strike 3. Big strikeout by Carson Hicks. And the side will be retired. That's his 6th strikeout. For the Whippets, no runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Mooreville leads it 3-2.
Feed, seed, clothing, decor, the everything you need store. Atala County Co-op. Atala County Co-op.
Make your outdoors the great outdoors with the Atala County Co-op on Highway 12. Spring's here with veggies, flowers, hanging baskets, porch leaners, yard mats, balloons, and spinners. Plus baby chicks, live bait, and X-Tough Riptide sandals and cruisers for the season ahead.
Atala County Co-op.
Be prepared for life's uncertainties with the correct insurance coverage from the Atala County Farm Bureau. Let's talk about change. Sometimes change is good. Sometimes change is scary. But what is certain is that everyone will experience change. The Atala County Farm Bureau's review program is designed to identify the changes that need to be made in your insurance coverage. Wayne Blaylock and James Metters invite you to stop by for your Farm Bureau Get Real review. Let them help you be prepared for change. Atala County Farm Bureau on the north side of the square in Kosciusko.
Boswell Media Sports.
To start the bottom of the 5th inning, we'll have a pitching change for Kosciusko. Aiden Howard, the senior, going to come in relief for Carson Filial. The book on Filial, 4 innings, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, just 2 earned runs. He walked 2, and he struck out 8. So, let's give you the numbers on Aiden Howard for the season. 16 1/3 innings pitched. He's given up 12 hits, 12 runs, just 6 earned runs. 2.57 earned run average. Batters are hitting just 194 against him. Got his work cut out for him. Top of the order. Up 1, 2, and 3. Major Floyd and then the McDaniels brothers. Nothing like being thrown right to the wolves, but it's North State Championship Series. That's kind of what you have to deal with. And Howard, the right-hander, gonna get set to work against the top of the order. Only defensive change to note is that Filial went from the mound to third base. They just swapped. Everything else is the same defensively. First pitch to Major Floyd is up, ball 1. Floyd has walked and reached on an error. And he's come around to score 2/3 of the Mooreville runs. That time the senior Howard was able to float one in there for a strike. 1-1 count. Howard kicks and throws. That one stays upstairs for ball 1. No, ball 2, excuse me. 2-1. 5th innings for Whippets baseball brought to you by HelpHappensHere.com. New service from Boswell Media. Howard says he needs some new signals. He and Schuler not on the same page. Floyd will step out. Howard's ready to go. Delivers. Up and out, ball 3. 3-1. The count to Major Floyd, the center fielder. We mentioned Aiden Howard going to be playing college ball down at Holmes. And he's one of the Whippet seniors trying to make sure this isn't his last ball game in a Whippet uniform. And comes down the middle with a strike. Full count, 3-2. Here's the payoff. As they'll say that was a check swing, and they will say it wrongly. That's going to be ball 4. I don't know what they were looking at right there. I will tell you that in a heartbeat. That's just the first walk for Howard, obviously. It's the third for Whippet pitchers, but, boy, Howard gets a raw deal there. I don't know what else you could have done on that. They appeal down to first base, but, that's tough. But as that'll be Eli McDaniels at the plate. Pitch is up for ball 1. McDaniels doubled and drove in a run and scored in the first. He struck out in the third. 1-0 pitch. Off speed, off the plate. 2-0. Mooreville leading at 3-2. Home half of the 5th inning. As Howard lets that right arm hang down and taking his time there, so McDaniel steps out of the box. This is Eli McDaniels. There's a throw over. They're going to get Floyd in a rundown. And they get him tagged out at second base, so the missed call doesn't come back to haunt the Whippets. A great move by Howard. Caught Floyd leaning, 1 out in the inning. Yep, Smith just ran him down out there at second base. So that's 1 out. A 2-0 count to the batter, Eli McDaniels. Howard sends one to the plate that's outside, tipped off the glove of Schuler. So it'll be a 3-0 count now to the batter. Wyatt McDaniels, older brother, is on deck. He'll come to the plate, now whether it's with 1 out or 2 outs. That's upstairs, ball 4. So back-to-back walks to lead off the 5th inning. And Eli McDaniels will be at first. His older brother, Wyatt, at the plate. He's been hit by a pitch, and he popped out. Gonna get some action down in the Whippets bullpen. Can't quite make out who it is. It's a curveball that's popped up out of play for strike 1. It looks like Rowdy Roan may be taking some tosses down in the, we'll say bullpen in air quotes. It's just down in the right field corner. Another throw over, and McDaniels slides back in. Not quite as big of a lead as Major Floyd. Howard with that good pickoff move got him a while ago. So, but Howard from the stretch exhales and throws. It stays up for ball 1, 1-1 count. Cooper Goff on deck. Come to the plate, barring a double play situation. Boy, Whippets could use that double play ball. A little slow roller to short or second. As McDaniels will call for time. Howard checks the runner, throws. Ball's pulled right to Filial, catches it out of the air, throw back to first base. It's a double play. 5-3 double play, and the Whippets are out of the inning. Wasn't exactly the double play you thought you might get, but you got it. So, in the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. That's 5 innings in the book. Kosciusko goes to the 6th inning, trailing Mooreville 3-2.
Premier Medical Group, PMG. Your good health is our priority.
When it comes to your children, you always want the best in care. Pediatricians Dr. Abby Wiltshire and Dr. Helen Turner at Premier Medical Group will take care of your child and listen to you. For sickness, wellness, or vaccinations, call 662-289-1800 for an appointment.
Hello, spring! And hello, Sullivan's Boutique. If your closet's ready for a little sunshine, you'll love the beautiful prints and fresh new styles arriving daily. From casual days to special spring celebrations, there's something waiting just for you. Shop in-store for that full boutique feel, or browse anytime at shopsullivans.com. You'll even find beautiful E. Newton jewelry and trendy home decor to brighten up both you and your space. Plus, free local pickup when you order online. And don't forget, take 15% off online with code SPRING15. Sullivan's Boutique. Fresh style, fresh season.
Boswell Media Sports.
Three to two as we get you set for the top of the 6th inning here from Mooreville. The Troopers have a 1-run lead, 3-2 over your Kosciusko Whippets. 6 innings for Whippets baseball here in the postseason, brought to you by Central Tire Service. Brendan Truss, the Whippets sophomore shortstop, will lead things off. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. So that's Truss, Goss, and Smith, Braxton Smith. Carson Hicks still on the mound for the Troopers. He's gone 5 innings, given up 5 hits, 2 runs. He's walked 2 and struck out 6. Whippet batters. His first pitch is low. The ball 1. Truss today, 1 for 2, singled in the second, and grounded out to the pitcher to end the 3rd. Low outside, ball 2. That's pitch number 79 right there for Hicks, as that ball's pulled foul up the 3rd baseline. Talent County Farm Bureau foul ball to Brendan Truss. Truss just a sophomore. The 2-1 pitch is a strike. Fastball. Evens up the count. Whippets just need a base runner. Like we might have a pinch hitter. And Truss able to catch a piece of it just enough to stay alive at the plate. Fouled it back. So it looks like J.D. Cummins is going to grab a bat and bat for Bradley Goss, unless something changes between now and the next few pitches, because he's taking some swings in the on-deck circle. So Cummins grab a bat. He's a lefty. Ball's hit in the air to center field. He's going to get down for a base hit. Brendan Truss stays hotter than a tailpipe at Talladega. And we got a runner at first base. And J.D. Cummins stepping up to pinch hit. Trying to give you some numbers on Cummins. Hasn't hit a lot this year. I say that, and he's got 40 at-bats. So he can play some in right field when he's not pitching. But 40 at-bats. I don't remember the last time we saw him bat, but he's batting at 200. Might be asked to bunt right here. You got a speedy runner at first base, and you got a left-handed batter. So, yeah, you might be He might be thinking bunt. But JD pitched a great game here in game one. Didn't show like he wanted to bunt, but took a strike. The Troopers didn't run in their motion defense like they thought, but they do have Eli McDaniels at third base kind of playing in on the grass. Cates is holding the runner on over at first. He throws, it does bunt, and that one pops up into the screen. So it's going to be 0-2 to J.D. Cummins. Yeah, tried to lay down that bunt, but just popped it up behind home plate. Whippets, the tying run at first base. Got to find a way to move Truss around. It was the 0-2. They're going to try to get Truss, and they're going to say he is out at second base. They say that's a strike him out, throw him out. So Cummins went around. The ball was scooted away from McDaniels. He was able to jump up and throw it down to get Truss trying to take second base. So that would be a strike, as I said, a strike him out, throw him out. Strikeout number 7. Braxton Smith takes the strike for strike 1. Smith 0 for 2 today. That one rolls past the catcher McDaniels for ball 1. 1-1 count. Fastball upstairs, ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Smith. Smith hits one in the air to right field. Hussey goes back, camps out under it for the final out of the inning. In the inning for the Whippets, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and nobody left on base. We will head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mooreville leads it 3-2 over Kosciusko.
Feed, seed, clothing, decor, the everything you need store. Atala County Co-op. Atala County Co-op.
Make your outdoors the great outdoors with the Atala County Co-op on Highway 12. Spring's here with veggies, flowers, hanging baskets, porch leaners, yard mats, balloons, and spinners. Plus baby chicks, live bait, and X-Tough Riptide sandals and cruisers for the season ahead.
Atala County Co-op.
Shopping for car insurance is so confusing. Holy cow.
Great. Now we have a cow in our kitchen. Why did you say that?
Because I don't know what coverage to choose.
So just say the State Farm jingle.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
A State Farm agent can go over all your options with you and help you choose coverage that meets your needs. Dude, cow, could you move?
Call State Farm agent Angel Alvin McDonald at 662-289-3161.
Boswell Media Sports.
Mooreville with a 1-run lead, 3-2 over Kosciusko. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. They'll send 4, 5, and 6 to the plate. Would be Cooper Goff, Ethan Cates, and Dawson McMillan if everything holds as it has in the lineup. Wouldn't think they would be pinch hitting for the cleanup batter. Cooper Goff has reached base twice today. He reached on a walk and he had a single in the 1st inning. But the right-handed hitting shortstop will work against right-handed pitcher Aiden Howard for the Whippets. Curveball stays up for ball 1. Mooreville looking for some insurance runs right here. The Whippets will be down their final 3 outs. We get to the top of the 7th. Low outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Howard from the wind up, kicks and throws. Low, ball 3. The count. You don't want someone on when Ethan Cates comes to the plate. We'll tell you why when he comes to the plate. There's the 3-0. That time, Howard's able to get the strike zone. 3-1. Howard trying to battle back here. That one's upstairs. Ball 3. That's a leadoff walk. 5 walks in the game for Whippet pitchers. But yep, Ethan Cates tonight has 2 sacrifice flies. Now, you're going to have to hit it a long way to sacrifice fly a runner from first base. So I don't think you're in danger of that happening. You're just saying he can put the ball deep in play. And who knows, he might be asked to bunt. He might be trying to get a run around. He's been aggressive. He's been swinging at the first pitch. He swung at the first pitch that time. Or maybe he did not. Do we have an eye doctor that sponsors the broadcast? Because we need one at first base. So that was a ball, swinging ball 1. Yeah, Whippet fans not going to like that. We get a visit to the mound from pitching coach Wesley Dew. That's tough. That's twice on Howard. It's been obvious that the batter has gone around, and the first base umpire fell asleep. So Coach Mack out there pleading his case. And just so it doesn't sound like I'm being a Kosciusko apologist or homer, everyone in the press box has agreed with me, and I'm the only one up here wearing maroon. So I should tell you how bad the check swings were called. So like I said, it's not just me, but that will be ball 1. As Coach Dew concludes his meeting on the mound. As Howard and Schuler once again not on the same page. There's a throw over, and Whippets have already got a pickoff with Howard in the game. Caught Major Floyd leaning, got him in a rundown. 1-0 pitch. Inside for ball 2. 2-0. 3-2 Mooreville up on Kosciusko here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Mooreville just looking for some insurance. See what the Whippets have going on in their half of the 7th. You have a 9-1-2. Whippets are hoping to just go down by 1. There's a foul ball. Talbot County Farm Bureau foul ball. Hit off to the right. Cooling off here at the ballpark. Your Talbot County Co-op weather update. 63 degrees right now. It was around 68, 69 when we started. So it's a pleasant day for May in Mississippi. 2-1. Hit deep in the air to left field, but it's going to be right at Brooks Kewen. So that's 1 out as Kewen nails it, and now the Whippets a double play ball away from getting out of the inning. But Dawson McMillan comes up. McMillan 0 for 2, struck out, and he also flew out to Kewen out in left field. So we got a runner at first base, Cooper Goff, and there's a throw over. Howard comes set and throws. Ball one, up. 6th innings for Whippets baseball, presented by Central Tire Service. Howard exhales and fires one to the plate. That's hit foul. Back out over the right. Over there towards the Trooper football field. Makes it a 1-1 count. Another throw over. Oh. Howard exhales, throws. Ball's hit right to Rigby at second. He catches it out of the air. They try to double up the runner. And this time they say he's safe at first. They tried to end it the same way they ended the 5th inning with that line drive double play. But as it is, it'll be 2 outs in the inning. As Carson Hicks, the pitcher, will be at the plate. Hicks 0 for 2 today with a couple of strikeouts. Left-hander. It's the first time he's facing Aiden Howard. Howard sends one home, and off-speed pitch. It's upstairs for ball 1. Fast rolling game here from Mooreville. We did start at 7:30, so we haven't quite hit the 2-hour mark just yet. Pitch able to catch the corner for a strike. Some of the Trooper fans let out a groan or two, just agreeing with the call. 1-1. The count. Mooreville 3, Kosciusko 2. Bottom of the 6th. Swinging, strike 2. Chased a high fastball. So Howard ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Throw over to first base. Goff is there. Yeah, ever since they picked off Major Floyd, the leads at first haven't been too big. Howard's got a quick pickoff move. Long look at the runner at first. Now he throws. Swinging, strike 3. That'll do it. The Whippets down to their final 3 outs. Don't go anywhere. Something's got to give. We'll be back after this. They trail it 3-2 as we go to the 7th inning.
Hello, spring, and hello, Sullivan's Boutique. If your closet's ready for a little sunshine, you'll love the beautiful prints and fresh new styles arriving daily. From casual days to special spring celebrations, there's something waiting just for you. Shop in-store for that full boutique feel, or browse anytime at shopsullivans.com. You'll even find beautiful E. Newton jewelry and trendy home decor to brighten up both you and your space. Plus, free local pickup when you order online. And don't forget, take 15% off online with code SPRING15. Sullivan's Boutique. Fresh style, fresh season.
Looking for more than just fuel? At Dickerson Petroleum Transportation and Services, we deliver, and it doesn't stop at the pump. Need tank installation or specialized solutions? We've got you covered from Mississippi to Alabama and Louisiana. And if you're searching for a rewarding career, ask about employment opportunities at Dickerson Petroleum. Hungry on the go? Swing by Kangaroo Crossing for a snack or a quick meal. Dickerson Petroleum. Let us fuel your success. Drive in or call us today, because with Dickerson, you get service that goes the extra mile.
Boswell Media Sports.
Top of the 7th inning, 3-2. Mooreville leads Kosciusko. Whippets got to find a way to tie it. Otherwise, Mooreville going to head back to the state championship, and the Whippets season will come to an end. Leading things off will be Braden Rigby. Rigby in the ball game is 1 for 1. He singled and he reached on a walk. Go back to the top of the order with Brooks Kewen and Reese Atkinson. That ball will be chopped to shortstop. Goff gets it deep in the hole. Throw to first is going to say not in time. Rigby legs out the infield single, and there it is. The tying run reaches base. Good play by Goff just to get to it, but Rigby moves very quickly, and that is a single. Infield single. If you're wondering about Carson Hicks and he's still on the mound, he can go. He went 8 innings in that game 2 against Tishomingo. That was a close game just like this one. As Brooks Kewen steps up, he'll try to bunt. Lays down a bunt. Hicks will get it. He'll go to first base, but the sac bunt moves the run over. So a 1-3 sac bunt put out, and Reese Atkinson at the plate. Atkinson has the 2-run home run. That's it was the second at bat of the ball game. That's the only Whippet run so far. He'll get some coaching from Coach Mack. But yeah, for Hicks, he went 8 innings, gave up 7 hits, 1 run, walked 3, struck out 6 in that game 2 against Tishomingo County. That one, they had to go to 9 innings in that one. So Hicks, he's got the longevity. He can get some innings, but Whippets right here want to try, got to do something. Trying to get this run from second base on in. Atkinson hits one high, pops up, foul territory. Is anybody going to get to it? They will. It's Carter Barefoot who gets to it in foul territory. Whippets will be down to their final out. Put it on the shoulders of Aiden Howard. The student section and just about everybody here is going to be standing up for Mooreville, chanting it one more out. But Coach Thompson is going to walk out and go to the mound. So we'll see if he's going to leave Hicks in. In game 1, he didn't let McDaniels pitch to the final batter, but that's because McDaniels that was 120 pitches. Hicks is not quite there yet. And this may be just a go-over, procedure right here. Hicks sitting at 92 pitches. So Coach Thompson out there brings his whole infield in to set it for you. This could be your ball game, could be your season for Kosciusko. 3-2, Mooreville in the lead. Runner at second base, Whippets senior Aiden Howard at the plate. This has been as advertised. North State Championship Series between these two ball clubs. First 2 games kind of blowouts, kind of lopsided. Mooreville got the blowout win in game 1. Kosciusko blowout win in game 2. This one has been anything but. All the runs coming in the first 3 innings. Aiden Howard, the lefty. Going to be there, and Hicks is going to stay on the mound to try to close this one out for the Troopers. The first pitch is outside for ball 1. Howard today is 1 for 2. Walked, singled, and grounded out to second. Any kind of C&I single through the infield maybe ties the game for Kosciusko. And Howard takes strike 1. It's a good-looking pitch there from Hicks. That's a 1-1 count. Carson, the lefty. There's a swinging strike 2 over the top of that one. Whippets down to their final strike. Hicks will take some time and exhale. He'll walk off the mound behind the rubber. Rhythmic applause. Getting on their feet here for Mooreville. Hicks is leaning in. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That's a called strike 3, and Mooreville beats Kosciusko 3-2, and they make it back-to-back trips to the state championship. Kosciusko's season comes to an end at 24-11. Mooreville will face Poplarville for the 4A state championship next week at Trustmark Park in Pearl. We'll step aside for a break, come back and wrap everything up here. But it is Mooreville who gets the win 3-2.
Hi, this is Allison Schuler, CEO of Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala. You deserve care that's close to home and close to the heart. We offer swing bed services, rehabilitation, infusion therapy, and chemotherapy delivered with skill and compassion. Our emergency room is here when you need immediate care, and we provide outpatient laboratory, radiology, and respiratory services all under one roof. At Baptist Memorial Hospital Attala, you're not just a patient. You're our neighbor and our priority.
Looking for adventure or just cruising the city? Central Tire Service is your go-to pit stop. Equipped with premium brands like Kenda and Goodyear, we ensure your tires align with your lifestyle. Visit us on Veterans Memorial Drive and let's get your journey rolling again. Don't pause your adventure. Gear up at Central Tire Service and drive confidently into life's moments. Central Tire, where your journey continues.
At Pickles Drug Store, your pharmacist does more than fill prescriptions. They're your guide to better health. We help you understand your medications, ensure your insurance is handled smoothly, and answer all your questions with care. Because at Pickles, you're not just a customer, you're part of our community.
Hi, I'm Rob Pickle. My staff and I are here to serve you.
Visit us today on the east side of the square in Kosciusko. Pickles Drug Store, your community Health Mart pharmacy, Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Before you begin those do-it-yourself projects outside your home or business, be sure you know where your underground utilities are located. Always call before you dig. One easy phone call to 811 can protect you from injury and expense. Plus, it's the law in Mississippi. Make the call and avoid serious or fatal injury. For more electrical safety tips, contact Central Electric Power Association, serving you since 1937, an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Have you been putting off coming to the dentist lately? Hello, I'm Dr. Adam Middleton from Autumn Ridge Dental in Kosciusko. We know life has been busy and routines have changed for many. However, we do not want you to neglect your oral health. We are treating patients with a mindset we have always held, that proper, regular, preventive care can help keep your mouth healthy and functioning properly. We want all our patients to have a smile they can be proud of. Please call us at 662-289-7076 for an appointment. Come see us and we will give you something to smile about.
When something happens to your car, you might say,
"Oh, come on. Seriously? This is so extra."
But what you could say is,
like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your local State Farm agent is available when and where you need them, online, over the phone, or even in person. State Farm agents are here to answer your questions and help you file your claim.
This is so extra.
Get someone who can actually help.
Call State Farm agent Angel Alvin McDonald at 662-289-3161.
Boswell Media Sports.
Welcome in the Angel Alvin McDonald State Farm post-game show. Kosciusko falls tonight to Mooreville 3-2. Season comes to an end. The Mooreville Troopers will face off against Poplarville, the Hornets, next week at Trustmark Park in Pearl. For Kosciusko in the ball game, we'll take a look at some numbers as we'll have a quick wrap up as trying to get back on the road and get home. But for Kosciusko, Carson Filial goes 4 innings. He gives up 2 hits, 3 runs, just 2 earned runs. He walked 2 and struck out 8. Aiden Howard comes in for 2 innings of relief. He walked 3 and struck out 1. Offensively for the Whippets, you had the 2-run home run from Reese Atkinson. That was it in the first inning. Brooks Kewing got on with a single, and then 2 runs. As I said, the home run. After that, Whippets got a hit from Aiden Howard, got 2 from Brendan Truss, and that was it. So for the Mooreville Troopers, 7 innings pitched for Carson Hicks. He gave up 7 hits, 2 runs. 2 of them were earned. Both of them were earned. He walked 2 and struck out 8. So there's a look at tail of the tape for the ball game. But Kosciusko falls 3-2. Time to name our Autumn Ridge Dental Player of the Game, as is the tradition. Got to give it to our seniors, the ball club, on the ball club, for all that they've done throughout their years at Kosciusko. So seniors, Braxton Smith, Kenyon Weatherby, Keegan Albritton, J.T. Heron, Carson Filial, Christian Thrash, and Aiden Howard. Those are all the seniors that I have on my roster. Hopefully we didn't leave anyone off, but Braxton Smith, Kenyon Weatherby, Keegan Albritton, J.T. Heron, Carson Filial, Christian Thrash, and Aiden Howard. Congratulations to those young men, everything that they've meant to the program. Some of them going to be going on and playing college baseball. You know, their baseball career not going to be over just yet. But that wraps up our coverage for the 2026 school year for Whippets and for Whippets baseball. And hey, a big thank you to Donald for keeping us on the air most of the time, but also we've had Billy with us for a few games, Billy Steen. Thank you to Doug Hubbard, who's been with us every so often, running the video stream and kind of handling things on the video side for us with the balls and strikes and the graphics. And, of course, as always, a big thank you to all the people involved with Boswell Media Sports. That would be Melissa, Laura, Ashley, BMO, and Macy, whether they are out selling ads or creating graphics or doing a number of different things. It really is an entire group effort to put on these broadcasts. But that does it for Kosciusko, I guess. We'll see. Was it 100 and something days until football? I think that's right. August 28th. That's the first Kosciusko Whippets football game. But, hey, you got Whippets football this Friday. Spring game going to be going on this weekend. So we get an early preview. We won't be broadcasting that one. Got to give my voice a little bit of a break. But, we'll take the summer off, and then we'll be back with you ready to go this fall. But that does indeed do it for us here from Mooreville. The Whippets fall 3-2, and season comes to an end. Congratulations to Mooreville, moving on to take on the Hornets of Popperville. But that wraps it up for us, for our entire crew. Breck Riley signing off one final time, saying good night, and go Whippets.
A presentation of Boswell